بالكاب والنون ما شاء يفعل من بعد ومكنون ربنا سكر الذي بالكاف والنون ما شاء يفعل من بعد ومكنون.
Le programme suivant sera en anglais.
ربنا سكر الذي بالكاف والنون ما شاء يفعل من بعد ومكنون ربنا سكر الذي بالكاف والنون.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Viewers from Senegal and abroad, thank you again for watching Eco from Touba. We're delighted today to have a guest, Mr. Badou Kane, President of RISE, visiting us today for a sequel. He's been here a while ago, but today on a very special issue though, because he's inshallah going to be a candidate in the next election here in the country of Senegal. Before we start also, we're going to wish long life to our new Caliph, Sheikh Muntaha Ibn Sheikh Bashir Al-Maki, wishing him well, all the goals he have for the Ummah and also especially for the order. Allah help him finish them, inshallah. Thanking him also for the recital of Quran recital we had on last Monday, but also next Thursday having it in Touba, inshallah. All praise, may Allah accept all his praise. Also, long life to my Sheikh Murtada Ibn Sheikh Abdul Ahad, but also Sheikh Omar, living right now over in Mauritania, a friend of mine as well, and all sheikhs and friends watching for us. Mr. Badou Kane, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, brother.
Very delighted to have you once again. Our condolences also to Serigne Saliou Sow. He was a very fine lecturer in our community who passed away a couple of days ago. We know him about during his travels over in America, going with Sheikh Murtada in all the lectures, things you used to have in the UN and other places over in France, America, and abroad. So our condolences to the Ummah, to the Caliph, and also to his family over there in Kaolack. Mr. Badou, my first question will be, tell us about yourself first, though, in terms of your educational background and stuff like that.
Okay, I was born in Dakar, Senegal. Went
Right.
to school at Cathédrale de Saint-Michel. And I went to the U.S., went to high school there, Weehawken High School, then Marist High School. And I went to Manhattan College, where I got my bachelor's in finance and marketing.
Right.
And I got my master's at IUP in Indiana, University of Pennsylvania,
Right.
where I got my master's in finance and also marketing. And that's pretty much it.
Okay,
That's my
beautiful.
background.
Beautiful career. And then you came back, you came to Senegal.
And I came back to
What
Senegal
year
in
was that?
2010. I came back in 2010.
Beautiful. And you're the president of RISE, a company, a business company.
Yes.
Tell us about RISE. You say that
Well,
in your first show, though.
Yeah, but
just for a reminder.
well, of course. I mean, RISE is a branch of LXG International, which was
Right.
started in the U.S. in California in June 2007.
Right.
Then opened up my doors in Senegal on December 2012. But in Senegal it was different. In Senegal, we opened it up to fight unemployment and poverty. It's more like a social enterprise.
Right.
We're helping people teach them how to go from nothing to something.
Right.
That's pretty much what the idea is with the RISE. It's called Risk, Innovation, Social Entrepreneurship. Take a risk, innovate, and do social entrepreneurship. It's called RISE American Leadership Center.
Right.
And that's all.
Right. And we witnessed, though, you having beautiful, resounding results here.
Absolutely.
Though. The kids are coming out and then getting business on their own.
What we've done in the past was pretty much since 2012, we've trained thousands of kids. Hundreds have started their own businesses and now financed at least 15 of them. And right now we're taking a new direction where we're going to be pretty much opening up way more businesses.
Right.
But we've been training a lot and financing not so much. But now we're going to pretty much train less and finance more. The idea is to pretty much open up at least 100 businesses in 2019.
Beautiful.
Like of new businesses for these kids. Now we're going to open up more businesses. Because we found out that
you're concentrated only in the capital, or you all in all regions?
I mean, we train kids from everywhere. You know, people from Africa come over from Africa to get trained by us and then go back. Like we have this kid in Guinea-Conakry that started his own business. So they come from all over the place in Africa to get trained. And the idea is just to make it bigger. But this time we want to train less people, but open up more businesses,
Right.
and eventually then expand to the, the number of training centers that we're going to have. We want to pretty much bring in more businesses in Charlotte. That's the idea.
Mashallah. You've been having a lot of kids that are successful already.
Oh yes, of course.
having
They're
their own
everywhere.
business already.
I mean, you see them on the street,
Right,
like you
right,
said.
right.
You know,
I'm
you know,
witness on
we
that.
have people that open up shop. Like yesterday, I had this kid that came to my shop. I mean, to my office. I had to do an interview. He was with us about a couple of years ago.
Right.
He had a shop in Pastel Asani. He's running like a cosmetic shop, a cosmetic store. We have kids that are in Coloban. We have this lady that was pretty much, started learning from us. Today she has a store in Coloban selling used clothes.
Used clothing, right.
And she's a young girl, about 25 years old. So we have, we're all over the place. You know, we have kids that are opening up a shoe store in Kurmasar. So they're doing their own thing.
How do you go to them? You go to them or they come to you?
No, they come to us. You know, we pretty much, they come to us for an interview. There's like, it's a process.
Okay.
You have your first interview, second interview, then third interview. And if you take it once you take it to the program, then we train you and develop you.
You need to have some educational level, certain level of education.
No, it doesn't matter. Because, everybody deserves a chance.
Right.
We had a lady that never went to school.
Absolutely.
The idea is to give a chance to everyone because not everybody has the means to go to school.
Mashallah.
So the idea is more social work, whether you went to school or not. Everybody has, because entrepreneurship is universal. It belongs to everybody. And usually, which is funny, like in Senegal,
Right.
the most successful people never went to school.
Yeah.
As you already know,
Right.
they went to Dara, and that's pretty much it. And these guys are very successful, so it's open to everyone. Because entrepreneurship is not about what school did you go to; it's about what's in your heart,
Beautiful.
what's in your head, and pretty much are you willing to work hard? That's all it is.
Beautiful.
If you have a good heart, you have a good spirit, and you're willing to work hard, anybody can be successful in
You'll make
entrepreneurship.
it. Beautiful.
Absolutely.
A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Yes, it
of
is.
course, and now we having delighted again, happy to have our friend and colleague, Mr. Badou Khan, again, president of RISE, a future candidate in the next election in Senegal. You can follow us in Facebook, though, Eco from Touba, Facebook. We're going to upload later on all these videos in YouTube. Thanking all our friends watching from New York, watching from Brazil, and also Argentina, Susan Lara. I don't know if I pronounced rightly your name, but we appreciate all your comments and what you're doing for this particular show. Mr. Badou, election in 2019 coming very soon, though, in Senegal, in this country, here in West Africa. Why do you feel the need of being a candidate?
Because, we have the solution. We want to do more. Very much when it comes to our system, can eradicate unemployment in Senegal. We propose it to the government.
Which is extremely high, though.
Yeah, it's extremely high, but we have the solution. We have the solution. I mean, if we've changed so many lives with the means that we have, imagine if we operating from a government standpoint, we'll do much more. I mean, we have the system to eradicate unemployment, and we propose it to the government, and they don't want to take it. So we say, okay, if they don't want to use it, guess what? We'll come in and use it.
Doing our own.
That's all it is. I mean, we do it basically. That's the name of our movement, Damascene Bop, which means let's do it ourselves. So if they're ignoring us, I don't feel like we need to, wait for them for us to be able to move forward. With or without them, I think the population should be able to move forward. And that's what the system is about. Our system is about teaching people how to do it themselves. Today, for instance, all the kids that we've trained, none of them would stand up and curse at the president. They won't do that because we taught them how to survive. It's not ethical. We've taught them how to survive. So since we came to the government with the solution, they don't want the solution, well, we'll come in and apply our solution.
Right.
Because we cannot keep on living like this. I mean, you go into some neighborhoods, and it's like people eat once a day. I'm talking about rich neighborhoods. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
People are struggling in Senegal. I mean, the only people that are living right now at ease are people that are close to the government. When we talk about the regular population, people are suffering. And we have the solution, and they don't want to hear it. So we're going to come in and just apply the solution.
I'm going to come back to that because there's something called the PSR in Senegal that's been run by President Macky Sall, who also, I believe, have a goal to change things in Senegal. Since you have a solution, I'm gonna ask you some question later. But in terms of the way you said about helping kids, children to come up on their own and do Demal Sabab. It's like there's slogans like that in Gum Sabab, Demal Sabab. It's like Senegal is ready for a change. That political view seems like a socialist one, though. The one we've seen in Brazil with Lula and other countries going straight to the population and help them directly. Your political ideology, which one is it?
I won't put a label on it. But I do understand one thing. We have to go and educate the population, give them a new direction, and teach them how to survive on their own. So I would say that teaching somebody how to become an entrepreneur, I mean, they could give it the name they want. But I just want, like, in Senegal, becoming an entrepreneur is not a choice. for us it's an obligation.
Right.
Why? Because today Falu has a duty. He has to change lives. He has to create jobs. I have a duty. I have to change lives. I have to create opportunity. And every single one of us that has the capacity to do it has to do it. So our idea is to do what? To come into the population and teach them how to be more useful to your country.
Absolutely.
That's the only idea. So now, if you have more individuals contributing to the development of this country, I think we'll move faster. What's happening right now, you only have like the government doing everything. And a few people. It shouldn't be like that. I think that everybody should have their hand in the pot, working together to find solutions. And the only solution anywhere in the world is with entrepreneurship. I don't care where you go in the world. It's like you're building a team. If you have, let's say, Ronaldo in the middle, you're building a team around him because he's a star.
Right.
The star of any economy is entrepreneurship. Now, in Senegal, it's kind of been neglected. But the government has to understand that if you want to develop your country, your star player is entrepreneurship. And that's our vehicle.
So the whole educational system needs to be changed.
Of course. I mean, we have a system that's written by the French.
Right.
Okay, we all know this. And this system has never worked. It's not working. It will never work. When you talk about unemployment in Senegal, it's over 50%.
Right.
I don't care what they say. It's over 50%.
Over.
Okay, people, you have 0.17% of a chance to find a job. Okay? So if you want to change this country, the number one thing is what? You have to empower the people. All right? You have to use entrepreneurship as a vehicle. That's second. Third, you have to have discipline. You have to have discipline, meaning what? You have to pretty much have to create a healthy environment. You have to create a healthy environment where people can evolve.
Right.
Okay, it's very important. Then the fourth thing is what? You have to pretty much, with entrepreneurship, people in their households, if you have 2 entrepreneurs per household, they will assure that people can eat at least 3 times a day, 3 meals a day. They will also assure that if you get sick, at least you can give you $4 to go to the doctor and see what's wrong with you. Okay, at least you could buy for a small rental place.
Right.
So the idea is what? We have 500 million Africans living under $1.50 a day. That's a big number. Our system will teach you at least how to make $4 a day. So we're beating the 500 million people. So the thing is that we got to teach people how to survive, then teach them how to live. So right now, people don't even know how to survive in Senegal. So we have to change these things. And the education is incomplete. We have to teach, everybody has to learn how to become an entrepreneur. I'll give you an example. Let's say I'm a doctor. I come out of college. I can be more than just the professor. Imagine I'm a doctor. I come out of school. After practicing for a few years, I open up a small clinic. Right? Then this clinic opens up a second one and a third. I will hire doctors, train them, develop them, open up another clinic and say, you know what, follow, you go handle this clinic as a doctor and you have 50%, I have 50%.
Right.
Because now we're making the doctor richer and he's sharing his knowledge and his money. Now imagine these doctors doing this all over Senegal. We won't need the government to develop our health system. Why? Because it's all done from within. That's why we have to empower the people. Same thing with the mechanic, same thing with the teacher. So everybody has to know how to multiply, how to duplicate yourself.
Right.
And by doing this,
For the benefits of others.
exactly.
Right.
By sharing, we're helping the government, and everybody's going to start to prosper. But everybody's in your corner. For example, Falu running his business, and nobody learning from him. It's a waste for us. Why? Because this guy has traveled. He has knowledge. He knows how to run a business. Somebody has been from him. So every single individual that has some type of knowledge should be a school.
Right.
And that people should be able to learn from that person. But that's not what's happening in Senegal. So we need to bring in more sharing. More sharing. What's going to happen? I mean, the country is going to start to explode. There will be opportunities everywhere. Created by who? By the people themselves. And the government will just do what? Create a healthy environment where people can evolve.
Well, listening to you with seems like this is an ideology that looks like more of a socialism than the other part, because you go right through. I don't know if you like names or not, but sounds like socialism to me. And you're going to need supporters though when you enter this type of engagement in terms of heading to presidential thing. Who was your supporters?
I mean, what's happening right now are just people that people just like have seen me on TV or heard me on the radio or seen me at my conferences or have seen me, met me elsewhere.
Right.
That are just supporting me.
The message is going across.
People that believe in my message are
Right.
supporting me. It's that simple.
Right.
You know, we're not in no rush.
Because you're going to need to organize yourself, though, in terms of getting to the regions. You know, there's
Oh,
more to be done.
we've been doing it since 2011.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
we've been going to the regions.
Okay.
I've been to Touba.
You did?
Yeah,
All right,
I've been to
beautiful,
Touba a couple of
beautiful.
times. So I've been to all over the place.
Mashallah,
Because the thing is, it's like I said, I have a mission. My mission is to share my knowledge and my money with people that deserve it. So wherever I can go to share this, I'm going to do it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
that's pretty much it.
Well, we're going to have some questions for Touba, though, what you're going to be ready for them. If you you feel the need of change, though, in this country, and we have a president, that means like you on the other side of the aisle with the president, you're not sharing the same ideology in terms of Senegal. What do you think about the government, what they're doing right now?
I mean, our president is not well surrounded. You know, when you talk about presidency, it's leadership. And when you're a leader, you don't have to be an expert in everything, but you have to be surrounded by smarter people in every single area. Now, what's happening in Senegal is our president is not well surrounded. In some areas, yes, he has the right people, but in most areas, doesn't have the right people, and it's hurting him. Because when you're a leader, what you have to treat is what? Your vision and your mission.
Right.
And the people around you are the managers, okay? But you have to turn these managers into leaders. One, they have to understand what they have to do. And then two, they have to know how to inspire people. So the president can't do it by himself.
Right.
So when the president is not well surrounded and has the wrong advisors, he's going to make the wrong decisions. But today, our president should be, you know, well surrounded, find the right people to give them the proper advice, and then we move forward.
So it's a team issue, though, instead of a person.
Hey, you know, when you're a president, you have different functions. One is you have to sell. What do you have to sell? Yourself, your vision, your mission, and sell your country to people, not for free, but win-win. Like if you look at Macron, wherever he goes, he's selling something to another country.
Right.
So today our president should be selling Senegal, not where we get 10% and 90%, but we get 50-50 or 60-40. Better situations.
Is it they're lacking
There you
patriotism,
go.
or?
So he has to, no, they just lack leadership knowledge. So they have to know how to sell. They have to know how to recruit, which means how to build your staff.
proper people, right.
The proper people. They have to know how to train these people. They have to know how to transfer their competences to these people, their knowledge. They have to know how to build teams, and they have to know how to replace themselves. So every single president in the world has to, I repeat it again, how to sell, how to transfer information, how to recruit people, how to train people, how to build teams, and how to replace yourself.
Beautifully said.
Those are like the fundamentals of every single president in the
And
world.
Macky Sall is lacking that.
He's lacking it. He knows he does, but the people around him don't have the skills
But
to
I've
do
seen
it.
I've seen many things being done by the no government, though, in terms of like first hand accomplishment. We can tell you about Touba. There's Jamñajo, you know, coming out. There's the tear thing with the train coming from. There's a lot of work he's been doing. Seems like
I would say that
he's on the right track.
No, they're being busy, but they're not doing business. There's a difference between being busy and doing business. When you're busy, you are building things. Now, when we look at the cost of those things, it's a loss to us. This tear is costing us way too much. Look at the numbers. It's costing us way too much, this tear. It's a loss to us because sooner, these are all loans that we have to repay back sooner or later. Who's going to repay for it? Not him. He'll be gone by the time we have to pay for these loans.
Right.
And most of the stuff he has done is just a continuation of like what? Which is normal. You know,
But is he responsible?
a president leaves, and the new president has to come and continue what the other one left. I won't say he didn't do anything.
Right.
He did some things. But Senegal is a country that's so well positioned in the world geographically. People love Senegal.
Absolutely.
So much more can be done with Senegal. And right now we are limited. Example, you cannot have oil in our country and only control 10% of the oil. We can't have gold produce about, let's say, I think we produced last year, if I'm not wrong, about 8,000 kilos, 8 tons of gold, and we only have 4% of that gold. It makes no sense. This is our country. Trump says America for the Americans. We need Senegal
first.
for the Senegalese people first.
Right.
Okay?
But
And
is he responsible, though? Isn't that a burden on him?
That's his
Can
job.
he get out, just cut ties with his former colonizer?
Rwanda did it.
Rwanda did it. Because Rwanda is a very small country, though,
Rwanda did it.
in terms of, you know, what they're getting. I mean, Senegal
Small
can just
country
one
or
day...
not, but right now they surpass us. Rwanda did it.
You
They don't have, you know what? You don't have to cut ties. You know, we're not, you know, Senegal is like, this is the country of Saint Touba. We're not racist. You know? It's
Absolutely.
open to everyone. But guess
Absolutely.
what? It has to be fair. It has to be fair. When you come into Senegal, propose this a win-win situation, not a win-lose situation. I don't care if you're French, American, Chinese, English. It doesn't matter where you come from. This is a land of everyone. But guess what? When you get here, give us something that's win-win. What's happening right now is win-lose. And we are losing way too much on every single different area. And it has to stop. I mean, I don't think that the French deserve more than Senegalese does. Why should they get more than we do?
But I'm telling you, I kind of pity the president because I think there's too much power from France. Look what they control in our country. You know, the phone thing, communication. They control the economy in terms of getting all these.
Saint Touba fought for all of this
By himself.
by himself, with no fear,
Right.
and he won. So guess what? If you follow his footsteps, and you have that heart of a lion, and you have a strong iman, hey, you could go against anyone. One man against an entire nation,
Beautifully said.
supported by other people. He went on and said, let's go. What do you want? Let's go. He went with them and came back. Why? Because he had faith.
He had the faith.
If you're going to lead anybody or anything, your first weapon is your faith. I don't care if you're Christian, Muslim, or Jew. If you have no faith, you're not going to go far because you're going to be scared. And when you're scared, you have no help from God.
Beautiful. Having a faith. Beautifully.
A man can be fearless.
Beautifully
a
said.
woman can be fearless.
Beautifully said by our guest Badou Khan. Again, a good faith, iman, and also a heart of a lion, just like our guide did, Sheikh Al Khadim, during his struggle with the colonizators. Difficult times right now in Africa, in our country here in Senegal, against of course former colonizators investing and almost taking most of Senegalese economy. And our guest Badou Khan, he's having his take on that, and beautifully again said. Follow us on Facebook again. Eco from Touba, happening every 2 weeks here on Lamphal studio here in Dakar, Senegal, broadcasting also, of course, for the purpose of propagating the work of our guide Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba Khadim al Mustafa. Badou, getting also to the next election, you're going to need some sponsors. There's a signature law going on. You have to have certain numbers of people going with you. What's the number again? If
They talk about 65,000,
65,000,
whatever they say.
Are you ready for that?
Yes, we're ready for that.
Are you?
You know, obstacles are here for champions. They're going to put up obstacles because they're scared.
Right.
It's normal. They want to win by any means necessary. But I don't believe that winning is in their hands. Winning is in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Right.
You know, I don't care who you are
Right.
or how hard you work. Put up all the obstacles you want. Look at the history of Musa and Fir'aun. You know what I mean? It's like Allah loves those kind of challenges. And like I said, once you have strong faith, nothing can stop you.
You'll make it.
Nothing can stop
Absolutely.
you. Nothing can stop you.
Beautifully said.
I mean, I'll give you an example. If you look at Touba, during the time of the Shah, everybody was going to China, France, America, everywhere. He went into the bushes by himself. Look at Touba today.
Allahu Akbar.
Where did he go to? Who did he go to?
To Allah.
And what did he get today?
He gave
Until the end of time, his grandchildren, great-grandchildren will live the same way they are living. Why? Because one man had faith and was not scared.
He said, Jawaz to nas, wa ma bi aydina. I left man and what's on the end of man. I went to the creator of man, and the creator of man gave me everything.
Because it's a circle.
Absolutely.
In life, you have two choices. You can
Right.
chase money or chase faith. But when you chase God, he gives you money. So
Gives
you
you
got to have a strong faith. Whatever you're looking for, he will give to you. But you got to show him that you're not scared and you're willing to help people.
So you ready for all the challenges?
Of course. Challenges
hard,
are here
though.
for champions. Like hardship is what Iman is about.
Right.
If you're not willing to put up with hardship, you're lacking faith.
Well, Senegal also has this thing of the attitude of also when politicians come, they will tell you, okay,
I will.
Nah.
That's them.
So
That's not
you're going to
us.
get some money in terms of if you need some proper help. Do you have sponsors in terms of people helping you on money, or you got proper?
I mean, I
financials on your own?
Alhamdulillah, I retired back in 2010. You know, I can't complain about finances on my own. But you always have friends that you work with, business partners that want to help.
Not lobbyists, though,
not
for their own
lobbyists,
purposes.
Not lobbyists.
Right.
I mean, call it whatever you want, but these are my friends that I work with. They are business partners. We work together.
But lobbyists for the good purposes also is okay.
I mean, hey.
Someone wants to develop the agriculture,
When we talk
education.
it's
Those
about-
type of lobbyists are
it's
good.
like It's like what you call it.
Right.
It's about labeling.
Right.
They will give it a name. But today, if I have a group of friends that want to help me develop agriculture, develop the fishing industry, or breeding, or whatever the case they want to help me with. Hey, they're welcome as long as it's a win-win situation. I don't care who they are. It just has to be the population the people have to win. You win, they win, the government wins. Everybody wins.
Right.
Then we have a solution. If we don't have that, no thank you.
Also, I mean, you have to be appreciated also by the foreign countries, though,
Of course.
in terms of France. Do you have any contact with France and other countries that are supporting you right now?
I have other
in terms
countries.
of government?
I have other countries, but not France.
Not France. Why not France?
Well, I haven't met them yet.
I mean, is your plan to meeting them, or is France has to be on the?
It's not an option on the table. If they
Right.
want to meet me, of course they
Right.
will come and meet me. But
Right.
I'm not running after them.
Right. But on your speeches also, I heard you always say there's no. I don't want to go into criticism though, in terms of criticizing government or stuff like that. Why?
The president. I won't attack the president.
So can you clarify that in terms
No,
of
I won't
criticism?
attack because, as you know, I'm a Muslim. In our deen, you cannot curse a president. I will attack the system, but I won't attack my president personally. He's our president regardless.
Right.
He deserves respect. But I will attack the system. But I will not sit here and criticize the man personally or criticize his wife or his family. You're
not gonna do that.
That's not ethical. But I will attack the system and what he's doing, yes. But I will not attack the president. I don't see why I should be. I think it's belittling. I think that, like they say, small people talk about small things. Average people talk about people. Great people talk about ideas, and the greats get it done.
Right.
So I feel like when you're sitting there talking about the person,
Right.
because you're lacking ideas, you don't know what to do.
Right.
So you're attacking the person. Attack the system and bring solutions.
Right.
That's the idea.
Because I've seen a lot of people went onto criticism. I don't know if it was rightly done at that time, but they wind up going to jail. There's some of them that is still in jail. Some political leaders also had some trouble with government, and they were caught and sent to jail. Some exile. The mayor of Dakar is still in prison. There's a lot of problems during this years. So
when it comes to that, it's chaotic.
very chaotic.
What's what, who's who, you don't even know. Sometimes you don't know if it's a plan, it's a game. You know what it is. You know what I mean? But I feel like anybody like jail, I don't wish jail upon my worst enemy. It's a tough place to be. So I feel like
there's a demonstration. You've been arrested yourself, right?
Yes, I was.
Yes,
I was, because it was about pretty much this parrainage thing, the sponsorship thing.
Right.
I just don't believe in it. I believe that it was just put in place because they want to. I don't feel like we should feel threatened. Everybody's free.
Right.
We're all born free. I don't feel like any citizen should feel like threatened by the government or anybody else. You know what I mean?
So you're still not, you're not for the sponsor law. You're not with it though.
I'm against it, but he puts it in place. He's the president.
But there's a lot of parties in Senegal. There's no need to reduce it and then have.
Yeah, no. It's a good idea.
It's a good idea.
Reduce it. What I propose is this, right? That all the political parties come together.
Right.
Everybody bring your, because right now we have no opposition. I don't care what people say. He might be a bad president, but he's a hell of a politician.
Right.
He knows what he's doing.
Right.
He's
been trained by Abdoulaye Wade.
Exactly.
Right.
He's destroyed every single political party in Senegal.
Right.
And the elders have made the mistake of not preparing the people that replace him. Okay? They have there's no vice president or anything in any of these parties. So maybe he may be a poor president, but he's a hell of a politician.
He's very smart.
There you
Looks
go.
like it.
Very smart.
Absolutely.
So my idea for the opposition is what? Come together as one and choose one leader. Everybody come to, let's say to Ibamar Diop or Maris Ndiaye, bring all your people, everybody bring their people, we stand and pass the mic to people. And whoever the people choose shall lead the opposition. And you come and just talk about your past, present, future. That's the idea.
That's
But right now we're still basing our politicians on who speaks the better French, who dresses nice, who does this. Let's talk about who's doing what.
All right.
Let's judge people on what have you done so far.
That comes back to the education we need to do on the population, though.
No, it's about what you're doing. It's hiring people, teaching people how to make a living. That's what it's about. It's about doing some concrete stuff. These people don't do concrete, they just talk. That's why when they attack, sometimes I'm like, okay, you're attacking great, but what have you done for the country? You're a big talker, but what have you done? I think that we should do more and talk less. In Senegal, we do a lot of talking and not a lot of doing.
Not results.
And if you reverse those things, I mean, we should be a better place. If all these political parties, if we think about sponsorship and making money, raising funds to do the politics, take some of that money and at least, change a couple of lives, we'll be a different place. But these guys are just thinking, I'm not going to believe in one thing. Right. Oh, when I become president, I will change your life. Well, before you become president, how many lives have you changed? So you're ready to become president to do it? I can't believe you. Show me before, show and prove before you get there. But again, The electorate has to wake up. They have to understand that times have changed. It's not about nice talking anymore. It's about showing and doing. Right? Actions speak louder than words. Show us your actions. How many lives have? Because being a president is what? It's about changing lives. What's the mission of a president?
Changing life.
To change lives,
Absolutely.
to make people's lives better. If you have never made a life better, how can you wake up one day and change 16 million lives in Senegal when you have never changed your life?
Beautiful
Why?
approach.
Because you speak a beautiful French, you went to a great
dress
school,
well.
you dress well, you're very articulate. Come on now, we pass those things nowadays. Things have changed.
Seems like when you speak French beautifully, you're
Oh,
educated
you're the
person
man.
in Africa,
Oh, you're
right?
the man. You know, it's like it's like
Right.
a French contest.
Right.
No, it should be a people changing lives contest. That's what it's about. It's not about who's more eloquent, who speaks a great French, who went to what school, who cares what school you went to. Show us what you can do on the ground. How many lives have you changed? Put it on paper.
Absolutely.
Let's see it. If you can, if people even have to be able to, they should be able to speak unless you change your life first. Today, who can say anything about Touba? How many lives has he changed? How many millions of lives?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I hope he enters a good year, though, what Badoukan is developing right now. I've seen, again, watching Badoukan, next candidate in the next election, 2018, here in Senegal, though, director of Rise, a company that really had proven himself in terms of helping, like he said, put it beautifully, kids here developing their own energies in order to get better in life here. We can see that through all the Rise, people around the city here in Dakar, Senegal. I've seen Badou, a lot of people started like you did. I'm going to be a candidate, getting all these things, numbers and activities, you know, generating all these hope. And at the end, they be like, okay, I'm retracting. I'm not going, you know, anymore. I'm going to go through this coalition. Is it, sometimes it's a money thing, it's a financial, you know, deficient. What, are you ready to really go all the way through, or somehow you're gonna join some coalition?
Brother, I'm going to go all the way through until Allah stops me. You know, like, I'm open to coalitions. I am. Like I said today, if we all came together and we chose Saint Follow to be our leader, it's like, hey, I say, you know what, you lead, we follow. I don't have a problem following, but I got to follow the right person. That's one thing. Then two, people say, we will do this, we will do that. That's not us. Everything I'm talking about in our program, I already did it. Or I'm already doing it.
Right.
So it's just a continuation. It's not just a bunch of talk. So it's just a continuation. But as far as like joining other people, I don't have a problem against that.
Right.
But they just have the same mentality and the same vision. I'm not going to follow somebody that has never changed lives. I'm not going to follow just a nice talker or a nice dresser. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to follow a leader. Show me a leader, I'll follow.
Beautiful, beautiful. That's a good answer. Okay, we'll see about that later on then. Also, in terms of the president, Macky Sall, I talked to you about the PSR, the PSR, Senegal Rising thing, though. An opportunity, I believe, for this country, you know, that's been going through 2020, 35 or something. A lot of work has been done in this country by the president. Your appreciation on Senegal Rising?
I mean, he has done some things, but like I said earlier, you know, it's not enough. It's just not enough. Because my thing is this, and it's about prioritizing.
With the situation of Senegal, can it be just do everything at the same time? He has to go.
No, you can, that's true, but you have to prioritize. You have to prioritize. I'll give you an example. They just went to the World Cup. Okay? The delegation to the World Cup was about, they say, about, I don't know, 700 people. For what? For what? Paid by who? The government. For what? When people are dying of hunger over here. People are starving. So it's about prioritizing. You know, building a, like, it's like everything you do in life.
You think you shouldn't send people over there to watch their own team?
No, my thing is this. You want to go? Pay for yourself. Support the team, but pay for yourself. I'm all about supporting, but guess what though? You have two choices. Go into any hospital, you'll find a line of people, okay, trying to pay for the medical bills, and they can't. Now you have two choices. Go support your team at the World Cup, or give this money to somebody that needs it over here. What would you do?
Give it to people that are here, though.
It's about priority.
Right.
Like we're not the U.S. We're not Russia. We're not a rich country. We're just trying. We're just trying. So you have to just prioritize things.
Absolutely.
That's all it is.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's great they're trying, but again, they have to prioritize things.
But he has Medicare, though, going on. He's getting money in the villages, though, in terms of building them, having them supply them with electricity, water, things like that have been done.
Don't talk about water.
Well, in Dakar, there's
no
a problem
water
in Dakar,
right
but going in the villages, you've seen things. There's really with the PUDC built by, financed by the UN, things being
It's
really
not for free. They're doing things. That's what I'm trying to say again.
Right.
Like, they are doing things. Of course. I'm going to say they weren't doing anything. They're trying a lot of different things. Okay? But again, how it's done, the method, and how much it's going to cost us. There's always a way to do it better.
Right.
And I don't believe that they are maximizing our potential. Great, the UN is financing us. It's not for free.
Right.
You have to pay for it sooner or later. And all these things that we talk about, loans from this, or we have money from this, we have to pay for it. You know, when you talk about building a country, you got to talk about short-term, mid-term, and long-term. Okay? And some of the things that these people are doing are just like a short-term thing. It's like a short-term life. It's not going to last. What will last? Reviewing our education. Instead of giving people the fish, teach them how to fish. What's our priority today? Right now, we go everywhere, give people fish. Here, eat. Here, drink. Here, eat, drink. No. Let's teach them how to get their own water. Let's teach them how to get their own food. How to build their own medical center. It's possible.
And a lot of countries have been successful doing that.
Man,
Korea,
that's the only way.
China,
Because right now, they are building a huge debt on Senegal. And we're just going to keep on going down the drain.
Oh, boy.
And we'll never come out of this. It's a mess. But if we teach the people how to do it themselves, man, the government wins and we win. Why? Because they will spend less. If you spend less, you will borrow less. If you borrow less, you will save more. And sooner or later, we'll start getting stable financially. But how can we become stable financially if the people are eternally being dependent? They're always doing this.
That's ridiculous.
Give me, lend me. And people are used to that. We have to teach them how to do it themselves. We have to empower them. And these people want to be empowered, but they don't know how to do it.
They don't know how to do it. On top of that, Senegal, there's a perspective of oil, though. There's wells being found here, oil and gas in Senegal, on and offshore, soon, inshallah. But also with oil, there's also danger of this and horror. A lot of countries that have oil in Africa, they really been in a situation that
the U.S. has oil. You say the situation over there bad?
But if I'm talking about Congo,
Russia has oil.
RDC, some countries really, I wish they never had the oil, though. Nigeria, there's a lot of problems over there. With the oil in Senegal, are you scared, though? With
no, the first
barrel, I think, will be in 2021
well,
or something.
you know, I'm not scared because we have no control over our oil.
Why?
Why? What are the numbers? Senegal has what, 10% they're saying? 10%?
But in terms of, on contract, not on extraction, though, yet.
Let me tell you
something.
something.
A lot of people I heard that don't, well, yes, go ahead.
Let me tell you something. If I come into your country and your leadership is weak, I will impose my will on you.
But do you have the technology?
So I'm trying to tell you, hey, let's go into Angola. Let's go into Angola. All the diamond in Angola is controlled by Angola. Their oil is controlled by them. Technology. What do you mean? Why do we have to go to the first to export our oil?
Well,
Aliko Dangote is right next door about to build a whole refinery with $15 billion. You know, if you call Aliko Dangote, hey, Aliko, hey, he's kind of far. We have billionaires in Senegal. Let's bring them together and say, hey, guys, form a consortium, right? Let's export the oil in Senegal. You think they will do it? Yes, they will do it. You know what the problem is? We always feel like we can't do anything without the French. And the French don't have the means to do it. What do? They're subcontractors. That's all they do. They're going to get another company, an American company. Why can't we go directly to the U.S. company and win more? Why should the middleman should be the French?
Well, because there's a lot of things, contract we've signed with France, though, since independence. You know that. We said yes.
No, those are not contracts. Those are those are like
I still call it
slavery.
I still call it contract because a
contract is something that's negotiated. with two
Well,
parties.
there was a vote, though. There was election.
No,
Said yes or no. Only Secretary said no. I'd rather be poor in my freedom than rich in slavery.
In the contract, you have to have two parties.
Right.
Right? When you talk about the
But it was voted.
Voted by who?
By Senegalese people.
Which ones?
Well, they were here in
Corrupted
60s.
people.
Well, they vote for yes. They don't want no independence. And De Gaulle said, okay,
No,
you
okay.
guys, and they had to sign some papers.
Okay, let me ask you something.
Yeah,
have you ever seen our Declaration of Independence?
Never. Because we're not independent.
Because it doesn't exist.
Absolutely, because we said
It was
yes
all
to
just
French.
word. We just said yes. We said yes to what?
To French people, to a contract that you and I can see.
We never saw it. That's what I'm saying. It's a joke.
It's sad.
Senegal is a joke.
Right,
it's
right.
a sad joke, but
Is it-
we're laughing, but it's sad.
Yeah, it hurts though sometimes.
It's sad.
so.
It hurts.
Right,
we
right,
have no
right.
control. I think Dangote said it when he came here, tried to open up what's his name? His country, Dangote Cement. They gave him all types of trouble. You know what he said? He said these French countries have no control over the economy. Africa has the people and the means to control the economy, open to everyone, win-win situations. And you know what's the worst part about it? We have U.S. business people that are ready to sign win-win situations. We have Russian business that are ready to sign win-win. But you know what it is? We just stuck to the French, who are only middlemen. They don't control anything. France is a small country. I didn't say, Jacques Chirac said that France, without its colonies, would be a third world country. It's on YouTube. He said it.
Right, right.
So why do we stick on these people that can't do anything? They don't have the means to do it.
But do you have the means to break up with them?
Oh, yes, I do.
How?
I definitely do. Oh, I can't review on
They can
TV. But I definitely do.
All right, all right.
If they can propose better, yeah. If they can propose better, I will bring better to Senegal, inshallah.
Alhamdulillah. And also when oils comes, I mean, you need the proper knowledge, though, of the country, in terms of how to extract. They can tell you, we're getting 100,000 barrel and get 500,000. I don't see Senegal getting ready. I mean, for
we're not ready for it yet.
Formation, helping, I mean, using maybe the military or the police or, you know, to help them really to know something about how to
Be
extract.
careful. When it comes to our military and police, those guys are always ready for any situation. They're well trained, well disciplined. Now, when you talk about
I'm saying, why not take some people to Venezuela, to Nigeria, those people who know oil things
Of course.
about. Right.
But like I said again, this chaotic situation is good for the French. The fact that oil is coming out and we don't know how to handle it, and trust me, Senegalese people are very smart. They learn things very fast. I'm pretty sure they have a few people that are working on it, but I think that we could do more, like you said. I mean, you have people in Eastern Europe that can help us, in US that can help us. I mean, all these businesses are always looking for opportunities, and they will bring in knowledge, the know-how, and bring in money, and it will be a win-win, which means that they will win. Senegal will win, meaning what? The government will win, and the population will win. What's happening right now is we are victims of people that just don't want us to control what we have.
That's sad.
But what you said should be done. You're absolutely right.
Absolutely, absolutely. And also, when they start extracting that oil thing and working on shore, it's gonna impact on fishing thing. And are they ready?
This has to be regulated.
It has to be, right? Because
has to be
certain
regulated.
countries are really deep in oil. They don't have no fish anymore in the seas, though, because it kills them and stuff. Is Senegal ready? Did they study really the impact of oil extracting in this country?
Brother, I don't know how far.
Because I don't hear them talking about all these problems.
I don't know. Well, they don't want to talk much about it because we don't have much of it.
All we talk about is contract. How much are we getting from other
Because we don't have any control over it. Why would you talk about something you don't have any control over? I'll tell you this much. It's going to cost us more than we're going to gain from it. We don't have any oil right now. We talk about a 7.1% growth in Senegal. You don't feel it. I don't feel it. It's not for us. Why? Because we have no control over our economy, like Dangote said. He said it, and he's absolutely right. Right now, the consequences of exploiting this oil is going to be heavier than our gains. Now, I'm talking about the population.
The population, right.
We won't see a dime from this oil.
Absolutely.
And guess what? It should be boosting our economy. Senegal is a great place again. But as long as we have no control of our economy, we don't have a chance to prosper.
But I have some hope, though. Macky Sall is young. He's been born
Hope
after those
was
independence. And I don't think he's someone who really doesn't like this country. He was born here, 100% Senegalese. His mother born here, his father. I mean, he's been educated in, he's from University of Sheikh Anta Diop. He was in Fetty.
An engineer.
Engineer also.
Very smart.
I think the guy likes this country.
Of
So
course he
there's some
does.
hope though from Macky Sall.
Of course
in
he
terms
does.
of handling things for
He
a
has to
better
love
Senegal.
he has to love our country, but again, he's surrounded by the wrong people. I don't think he's a bad
So
person
why people like you and others go and then help him
Hey,
in his task like that?
because I proposed myself.
Do you
How
have-
many times I've submitted my entire program, my system, to the government and say, here, take it. Don't use my name if you want. Just keep it. Do whatever you want with it. But let's change Senegal. They haven't
Did you ever
responded.
approach? You ever met him? His party?
I've never met him.
Never.
Never met him.
After all this time, you've been in Senegal,
I've never
and
met him.
everybody know about Barukan. What you've been doing in this country. You never met the
I guess
president.
I'm not that popular. I guess
No,
I'm
you,
not that popular.
believe me. People,
I guess I
I mean,
haven't
your
done
achievement
much.
on the street, though, people have been seeing kids really growing up financially
They
and
don't believe
beautifully.
it. They don't believe it.
And then I can't believe you never met any one of them.
We are a solution in Senegal, but we haven't met the president.
Unbelievable.
We never met the president. I never met anybody. I know. Never anybody. Never met the president.
So your advice on the oil thing, though, what we should do, how we should behave ourselves,
Well, I think
to avoid that horror we're describing, malédiction du pétrole.
nah, there's no such thing. No, those are things that people just create, to scare people. There is no malediction. There is no bad luck when it comes to oil. The U.S. has oil. Do
Absolutely.
you see bad luck in the U.S.? Russia has oil.
But they don't have tension like we have.
Do you see
You
how
can close
do you see
doors.
bad luck?
Over here, you
Russia,
can see.
Russia just came back from the Soviet Union that just got broken up. Putin built it back up piece by piece. One man did it.
Absolutely.
So look at Russia today. So I don't believe in that. The Senegalese people are very civilized people, well educated. I don't think that they're going to teach it over that. That's not us, unless it's instigated by a foreign agent or something. But we, like Senegalese, like we among ourselves, I don't think that we'll have that problem. I don't believe that. It's not. We're not money driven. We're not money driven. Yes, we want to have better lives, but with or without, we'll be okay.
Okay.
We'll be okay.
All right, Badukan again, our guest and candidate in the next election here in Senegal. We're going to go on our last point, though. We're going to talk about Touba and also all that, englobe also all other religious cities here in Senegal, because Touba, Senegal, 95% or 97% of the population is, of course, is Muslim, and the other part also Christian. So as a faith, people that believe in God in this country and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Badu, we have a city here, Touba, that's been founded in 1988, and since then keeps growing until today, becoming, of course, the second largest city in this country in terms of population after Dakar. Like I said, that question is also will interest all these other religious cities in this country. What's your plan for our city of Touba?
No, I think it was founded before 1988.
How?
Way before that. I mean, when they saying Touba did what he's supposed to do. He started working. When did he start working over there?
Back in the 1988, exactly.
I'm talking about saying Touba, Sheikh Al Khadim.
No, I mean 1888.
Okay, could you say 1988?
No, that was on my part.
Okay.
1888.
Okay.
Right.
So 1888. I mean, if you look at our economy in Senegal, a big part of the economy comes from Touba. So I think that Touba can bring so much more to Senegal by helping them organize and building a mecca of what? Knowledge. Because life works on two things, knowledge and money. And I think that Touba can be a mecca, do way more when it comes to being a wealth of knowledge and a wealth of money. Why? Because the people that come out of there are disciplined. They understand hard work. They understand the importance of knowledge. They understand the importance of having your own business. So I think that they should be just given a push in what organization and making it bigger. Why? Because it's just bringing so much to Senegal. It's a big factor. It's a big economic factor in Senegal.
How are you going to approach it? Because this is places like that, they listen to the caliph, though. You need to approach the caliph, because you can just go and tell them, okay, I'm a candidate, this is my program. They listen to the caliph to approve your
my thing is this. Our caliphs are here. Like I said, they are great reminders. Nobody can. It's not for nothing that we got to pray 5 times a day. Our caliphs are great reminders, and they're our guide. And I don't think that a man can walk this earth without having a guide. Whether it's spiritual, it could be business, whatever it is, you need a guide. So the thing is just about sitting down with him explaining what we have to do. What is the plan? Here's what our hopes are for Touba, for Senegal, because Touba is part of Senegal.
Absolutely.
And it's a major player. You can't go around it. So I think that just a matter of sitting down with him, explaining to what our vision is of Senegal. And my vision is about what Damacy Wop. I think that slogan belongs to Saint Touba himself.
Absolutely.
Cheikh Khadim, because he didn't believe in leaning on the French for us to develop. And he showed it. He showed it. So I think that my vision just goes in sync with what our elders were talking about. You know,
And also his literary heritage proved that, because he wrote a book called Madlabul Fawzaini, where he described really his vision of Touba on top of you know, Islam in general, how he said we should go by ourselves though. It's in Madlabul Fawzain, clearly described in that particular, in that thing. Do you have a place there? Do you already represent it in Touba, or?
Oh, I have very good friends in Touba.
Okay, like myself, right?
Like you,
Right,
I have a lot of good friends in Touba.
Right.
You know, because like my builder, like I say, is from Touba. You know, so I got a lot of good friends in Touba. Sheikh Mbake is from Touba. I have some good friends in Touba. You know, I even know some guys. Yeah, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
And don't forget that, you know, I'm a Kane. Right? Don't forget that Mama Understudy was Khan.
Was Khan, right.
So don't forget that's the family too.
Right, part of the family, right.
Part of the family.
You haven't met the Caliph yet, or not?
No, I haven't met him yet. But I would love to. I would love to.
That'll be beautiful. That'll be beautiful to explain, because with the ambition you have, I mean, inshallah, that'll be a beautiful thing. Again, we having delighted to have Mr. Badou Khan today coming here, our next candidate in next election, inshallah, here in Senegal. You can follow us on Facebook if you want. We're going to upload this video, inshallah, on YouTube as well. Senegal is a very difficult country right now, though, as you mentioned. And we hear also some difficulties from around the world. I'm going to go international a little bit, though, because we heard of Donald Trump, president of America, having a slogan of American first. And right now, you know, fading away from his former allies, like the West, Europe, and then going with Putin right now, and there's investigations going on to kind of go into the international thing. What do you think about Donald Trump and his no policy right now? Is it going to affect Africa?
Of course it's going to affect us. It always affects us. Whatever. I mean, you know, the word is one world. I don't care what you say. It's like whatever happens somewhere is going to affect somebody else. I'll give you an example. Today, for example, I think that, let's say, I don't know, you have a business partner that, for example, invests from Iran, and you're in Senegal. And if Iran is banned by the U.S., you want to do business in the U.S., they're going to block you. I mean, it's always like action and reactions. So his policies, you know, when it comes to foreign policies, you never know what's true and what's not. Like Trump himself is calling the news fake news. So it's hard to believe.
And he's using social media to really get his messages across.
Yeah, he does it himself.
And it seems like he have a very strong base over there that listen to him.
I mean, people are following him.
Right.
You know, when you say, you know, he say America first. America great again. I mean, he's worrying about his country. I think we should do the same. I think today Macky Sall should, you know, say, hey, you know what? Senegal first. Macron is saying France first. So I know Senegal first.
Right.
I think that we should look at what these guys are doing for their country and do the same. Right now, I don't think it's Senegal first. Right now, it's Senegal last. The proof is the 25th poorest country in the world.
Unbelievable.
So we need to say, hey, Senegal first, just like they're doing.
But if I see his policies, though, is it really helping America? Because he's blaming everybody except Russia.
From what people are saying.
Right.
From what people are saying, his policies are helping America, from what they're saying in the news. Now, let's say, for example, when they talk about the U.S. going into China, when you're bringing goods into China, you're paying, let's say, 45%, all right, a tariff. When the goods are coming to the U.S., you are paying 6%. He's saying it's unfair, which is if you are a businessman in the U.S., yeah, he's absolutely right. When you talk about Canada versus the U.S., when it comes to dairy products, the same thing. That when you come into Canada, it's costing you 100 times more than it's costing the Canadians to come into the U.S. He's right. Unfair trade. When you talk about there's a $151 billion deficit between Europe and the U.S., he's right about, you know, balancing those things. So if they, based on what he has done, they're saying that pretty much in the U.S., unemployment has come down to below 4%. Last time this thing was seen was back in 1953. So it's a great, you know, those you could say there are great achievements in America.
Right.
Now, is it true or not? I don't know. But that's what they're saying.
On the long run.
That's what they're saying in the press. You know,
on the long run, it's not going to hurt them?
Well, you know, like I said, like I said, everything has to go in the full circle. Like when you make an economic decision, you have to go in a full circle. Meaning what? For example, okay, I'm going to, for example, raise the taxes on steel, on steel coming into the U.S. Like for example, with the solar panels. They said that Trump declared war on the solar panels. Okay, now what's going to happen? What's happening is this. Now the people that are doing solar are importing it from where? From China.
Right.
Okay, because it's cheaper. Now, if the rates, if the taxes go up on the solar panels coming from China, and my business goes down, I'm firing American people. So again, you have to go, okay, now when you fire American people, the government is getting less taxes. So the full circle is what? The government is, okay, raising the taxes. It started with the government, raising taxes on solar panels. The U.S. company has to now pay more for the solar panels. The consumer, the American consumer, has to pay more for the solar panel. Meaning what? They're going to order less solar panels, which means I have to downsize in my company. So when I downsize, I'm firing some of the consumers, and also these consumers and my company, we're paying less money to the U.S.
Absolutely.
So you have to look at the government.
Money.
So you got to see now, but that's what I'm saying. Everything is linked, it's intertwined. So you have to now see, okay, now this action, what is the full reaction of this action I'm going to take right now? And it's not, as long as you have experts that give you advice, you might find the right solution. Because you might lose here and win there, but at the end you have to win overall. So it's like a combination of it's like a chemistry of a bunch of decisions that have to come out positive. It's not just one decision. So it's very complex.
A lot of people from different walks of life. Of course, and China is taking, because we have 2 minutes though before we let you really say your last word. What do you want to say to the viewers right now? Okay. China is taking advantage of that because now he's investing. Even the president is coming to Senegal, so it's like whatever space America is living, China is filling it. So is it China really?
No, China
coming
is
out of victory on that.
China is in constant need of just more because the population is so big in China. China is rich, but it's also poor when you go by citizen. So they need all the resources they can. Like right now, Africa, that's why our presidents, man, they don't understand.
Sleeping right now, right?
They're sleeping. Africa is like the reserve. It's like the world reserve of everything these people need. But we don't have the leadership to just fight for our rights. You know what I mean? So if these guys just understood...
And they're still using mental
how
approach in terms of information to really destroy Africa. But Africa have all the potential.
You know, no, they do that to scare the people away.
Right.
But Africa is Africa. It's never going to change.
Right.
After how many years of taking our resources, we're still the richest continent in the world. So I mean, you cannot take down Africa. But that's why they cannot let these presidents control our wealth. That's why our presidents have to wake up and control what belongs to us. And guess what? They will not disrespect you for respecting yourself.
Absolutely.
Respecting yourself is not a crime. Our president, Macky Sall, has to respect himself, respect his population, and respect what God gave us. Put his hands on it for the benefit of the people, and will prosper. But if you don't put your hands on what God has given you, if it's not you, he will give it somebody else. And the Chinese are taking it because they need it. The U.S. will take it. Well, it's like they will take it because they need it. It's here for the grabbing. Grab it or they will grab it. But there's no such thing as emptiness.
Absolutely. Well, beautifully said. Again, Badou Kane, our guest, though, time is over. An hour. It's been so quick. But anyhow, we enjoy talking to you, really, though. What's going to be your last word or something, a message, straight up, you want to give to the people, the potential voters of Senegal, but also the viewers from
it's very simple. I mean, my thing is this, times have changed. You know, we have to look at ourselves again. Presidents come and go. There's a single president in this world that can go, in Senegal, that can go around next day after the election and say, you know what, thank you to 16 million people. It's impossible. Which meaning what? I don't care who becomes the president. At the next day after the election, you have to go ahead and eat, drink, sleep, pay your rent. So don't wait for any government. Learn how to do it yourself. Don't wait on the next president for things to change. Start changing your life right now. Teach yourself how to survive. Eventually you will start living. But let's stop depending on our government. Whether they do their job or not, let's do it ourselves. We don't have to wait on them first to eat. You know, like I said, you know, risk, which means your worst. Whatever's supposed to come to you will come to you. You only get what you strive for. So strive for something big and you will get it, inshallah. Have faith in yourself and stop voting for, you know, good talkers, you know, that speak a great French or, you know, dress nice, are very articulated, whatever the case is. Let's start voting for people that are doing something that you can see, tangible. not just words, actions, like they say in the English. Actions speak louder than words. Let's believe in ourselves. Let's do it ourselves. Let's believe where we're going, and we have a bright future ahead of us, inshallah.
Beautifully.
And thank you for having me.
Thank you again.
It was a pleasure to be here.
Well, that was a nice conversation, though. I'm not here
I'm
to tell you.
surprised you didn't talk about the diaspora. They're going to be mad at you.
No, they don't. Well, I mean, I was international, but the time is so small, though. But next time we're going to come. This is the second one. There's many more conversation coming, inshallah. We got time before the election to talk about the diaspora, and we're here for them, though.
Yes, yeah.
And I'm not here really to tell you who to vote for.
But they want to hear the solutions. But we'll do it in the next show, inshallah.
Again, I'm not here to tell you who to vote for, but Badukan, a friend of mine, candidate in next election, inshallah. We heard how he described the problems, but also the solution here in Africa, in Senegal, but also international, very knowledgeable in terms of international situation right now, what's happening. So we're very happy and hope him well for the rest of his trajectory heading to the 2019 election, inshallah, here in Senegal. That was it. That was Echo from Touba, again, here, happening every 2 weeks in the studio of Lampfal TV. Again, until next time, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Jërëjëf Serigne Touba. Jaraw lakk Mame Cheikh Ibrahima Fall. Thanks, Badou. That was beautiful. Inshallah.
Le programme suivant sera en anglais.
الناس كالذي بالكاف والنون ما شاء يفعل من بعد